Back with Midcap Masala, and before the break, we told you that we are going to be throwing the spotlight on the value retail segment and get into a conversation with the management of V2 Retail on a good set of Q3 numbers coming in. So let's interact with the management. We have Mr. Akash Agarwal, the whole-time director at V2 Retail, joining us on the show. Akash, hi, good morning, and thanks for your time today. Talk to us about how Q3 has panned out for you. You've delivered strong revenue and profit growth, but margins have been slightly flat. Talk to us about what have been the key drivers behind this momentum.
Hi, good morning. So we've actually opened 116 stores throughout the financial year, and we have actually still been able to expand our margins over the 9-month period. If you look Q3 in isolation, it's a bit misleading because Durga Puja was in September this year. So most of the sales moved to Q2. But if you look at the 9-month period, even after opening more than 100 stores, and new stores take about 2 to 3 years to mature, we've still been able to expand our margins. And that's all because of the strong performance of the newer stores, as well as a very strong SSSG in our older stores.
All right, good to know that. Hi Akash, morning, this is Shrishti also joining in. But your reported SSG was 2%, but normalized growth was 12.8%. Barring this Durga Puja shift impact, where are you eyeing the triple SG normalizing in the Q4 and beyond?
So our target for the whole year SSSG was 8 to 10%, and in the 9-month period we've already achieved more than 11% SSSG. So we take the same guidance going forward, and then for the next year also we look forward to a 8 to 10% SSSG.
Okay, so that's on your outlook, but also talk to us, Akash, about your store count guidance. A few months ago, you've hiked this store count guidance to 130, and given with the number of stores right now, you're only 25 stores away from that. Will you be beating that hiked guidance too? And what's the outlook going ahead? 150, that store count for next financial year, does that stay?
Yeah, so we've already opened 116, and we will definitely open another 15 stores this year. So we will be beating that guidance of 130 stores. And next year we would be opening minimum 150 stores, but it completely depends on the performance. If the strong performance continues and the momentum continues, then we might increase it to 170, 180 stores, because we just raised 400 crores through a successful QIP. So now we have the capital. Now it's all about doing the execution right and continuing the momentum.
Akash, on the same note, you had guided for a 8% EBITDA margin growth. Why such a low number was given? Because your Q3 margin is almost 19%. Any chance of change in guidance or a hike over there?
So whenever we talk about guidance, we always guide for pre-Ind AS numbers. So that is what we guided for. Our pre-Ind AS EBITDA margin has been around 9.8% over the 9-month period. And Q4 historically has been a weaker quarter. And Q3 in isolation is the best quarter for us. But throughout the year, because we are adding so much new area, we added 130, we will add 130 stores this year. So that is why we said even if we maintain margins with a 50% revenue growth, that is a very good target to have.
Okay, and you've earlier, when you had hiked your store guidance a few months ago, you did tell us that you're expecting to beat your revenue growth guidance of 50% by Q3, Q4 of this year itself, and that has happened. So what's next on the revenue growth guidance front? Or what is the number, if you could help us with that?
Because now the base is much higher, we still guide for a 50% revenue growth over the next 2 to 3 years. That is what we target. That is what we look forward to. At least 50% CAGR over the next 3 years in terms of revenue growth.
With this, Akash, we let you go. So good having you on the channel today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, so that was the management of V2 Retail talking to us about the growth outlook going ahead, a strong quarter in the Q3 and even optimistic for the upcoming quarters. But time now to wrap this edition of Midcap Masala. It's a goodbye from me and Snehi and the entire team who put this show together. Thank you so much for tuning in.